it's important because Ron DeSantis is the nation's best governor. There's no question. And I got some other favorites in there, like Governor Abbott of Texas, Governor Kim Reynolds of Iowa doing a great job, many, many great Republican governors. But I say this because he's only been there for one term, less than 4 years. What he's been able to do, and just staring down a global pandemic and not listening to all the nonsense and taking on Disney and taking on school systems. Yes, absolutely. Somebody was there and said, well, I'm the head of elections. And I said, wow, you've got a big job. I said, no more mail-in ballots. She said, we never did that around here. We don't mail you something unless you request it first. And I said, there she is. There you are. And I said, that's great. That's great. But no joke. Ron DeSantis has done a great job. But ladies and gentlemen, we came within 32,000 votes of your governor being Andrew Gillum. Oh, yeah. Let's say his name, Andrew Gillum. So I'm having dinner. It's in my book. It's the last chapter. It's called Beautiful Night. It's brief. It's a brief chapter. It's about a dinner I have on the patio of Mar-a-Lago with Donald and Melania Trump, April 7th, 2021. So less than 3 months after they left Washington. And we're having dinner. We're discussing a bunch of stuff. And he's his usual funny, gregarious self. And she's her usually lovely, engaging self. And he asked me a question about Governor DeSantis. And I said, you know, Mr. President, you and we've tangled sometimes about Trump. I'm sorry, I'm going to move this. I can't see. There you are. Ladies, so I left. I'm like, those of you who are under your tables, I can't see you at all. And I said, you know, Mr. President, I've teased you over the years about Trump math. It doesn't always add up. You know, sometimes he says something a little bit askew. But love the guy. And I said, but legitimately, without you, it would have been hard for Ron DeSantis to be the Republican nominee. He was about 3% against Adam Putnam, who had a lot of juice behind him and popular guy. I said, and then in the general election, you kept going down to Florida. Even I came one time with Vice President Pence, and we went to Tyndall Air Force Base with Air Force Secretary Heather Wilson. Governor Scott was with us. And then later on, we put on our political hats and did some fundraisers and some a rally for Congressman DeSantis was running for. I said, legitimately, President Trump, you really helped. I said, we almost had Andrew Gillum as your governor. And he said, who? And Melania said, oh, I know who that is. And he said, who? And I said, well, it's like a... Anyway, he was indicted last week, as you know. And but folks, 32,000 votes. You haven't always been this Republican aligned. This is fairly new. And like anything else that's new, you have to tend to it and nurture it and keep building it and keep growing it, or it disappears. It withers away. Anything that's new like that. So it's not going to be 32,000 votes this time. I think he's going to have a monster reelection. It's going to send a message across this country. What you're building here, you're building on ideas. Don't build it around Ron DeSantis. He's an individual. Build it around ideas, because ideas is how he got elected, and ideas is how the rest of the country knows who he is, and ideas is how he has amassed a $125 million war chest for re-election from all over the country. People, it's not just style, it's substance. It's not just an individual, it's ideas. It's not just politics, it's principles. It's not just people, it's policies. That's how you sustain a movement like this.